This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this video is about Freaky Friday. Now, I did a video for Naked Gun. I'm about to probably do another video for Naked Gun, the remake reboot. But this is Freaky Friday, and you have several different versions. We have one more other version of this. It's a play version of it on Disney Plus or Disney Channel, but this is the official original Freaky Friday. And then I'm only doing this video because they're doing a sequel to it, the official sequel to it to this movie called Freakier Friday. And Freaky Friday is an awesome, amazing movie. You have you have Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. And by that time, I think Jamie Lee Curtis was doing I think Halloween and some other stuff. But Jamie Lee Curtis plays the mother, Lindsay Lohan plays the daughter, and her Lindsay Lohan's character his name's Anna. Anna is more like like more like a punk rock rebel type of girl that some guys might like. I mean, if I was still back in high school, because this came out when I was like what preteen when I was preteen, so I wasn't like a high schooler then, but like Lindsay Lohan was obviously because she was playing a teenager. But and she was a teenager, but you get my point. If I was a teenager back then when this movie came out, I was just only a preteen, but well, I was a teenager when this movie came out, she would be the type of girl that I would actually go out with. Because she's, a girl that this girl was like like she dressed punk rock, a little slightly emo, um, smart, didn't care about what anyone else said and anyone else did. The mom was a therapist. I actually been to a couple therapists. I think therapy is great for mental health. The mom's a therapist, but from this background poster, you see that they're switched. So this is actually Lindsay Lohan. This what Jamie Lee Curtis wearing is actually what Jamie Lee Curtis is wearing is actually what she actually wears in the movie in the very beginning. Same outfit, her guitar. And that's the mom's outfit through most part of the movie. And then you can see how they don't get along and stuff like that at all. Um, once they were little, like once they were like, once she grew up, she didn't tell her mom anything anymore, and their dad died and stuff like that. And then she's getting remarried. Her mom's getting remarried to another guy. Dated this guy for a while, getting remarried. She doesn't really kind of. I mean, she's not saying that she didn't really like the dude or not, but like she's this trying to navigate high school. Lindsay Lohan's character Anna's trying to navigate high school, and also her mom's trying to navigate a new relationship and family and all that stuff like that. And then one day when they go to a Chinese restaurant, they eat a fortune cookie and they switch bodies, and they wake up in different bodies. So like Jamie Lee Curtis's character wakes up as Anna, and Anna wakes up as her mother, and they live a day or so. They live a day. I think they live one Friday because it's called Free Friday. They live one Friday in the lives of their in their bodies, and they learn things about each other, and that's what this movie's about. Like they learn things about each other. Like the mom learns that a lot of things before she didn't like share anything. Like she didn't share that she liked a dude named Jake, um and she didn't share a lot of things with her. But now that the mom, like she's Anna's actually in her mom's body, I mean, now that the mom's inside her own daughter's body, she's learning a lot about her daughter in high school and all stuff like that. Even the people that like she had a best friend that they had a best friend that had sleepovers, and now she doesn't like her anymore. She's learning that that girl really doesn't like her, and they grew apart. She's learning that this guy named Jake really does like Anna for who she is and her mind and everything like that. And learning in the process of her schooling, like how the teachers really had to get her, because before she didn't believe her, like the teachers out to get her, and why she gets attentions and stuff like that constantly 2 times a day. And then now that Anna's also in her mom's body, she's learning a lot of stuff about her clients and how she has to deal with on a regular day basis and how stressful her job is and how stressful adult life is. And she's learning how a teenage life is since, the mother's grown up and her teenage life wasn't like her daughter's. And they learn things about each other. And that's what the whole premise of this movie is. And it also answers that question. If you had a day, if you had one day or one magical moment to switch bodies with someone, who would it be? Mine would probably be a really close friend of mine. I would love to see what she does. I love to see how her day goes on a daily basis. Being being who she is and being a mother and um, struggling through daily life of how am I going to pay rent, all these different things, and navigating relationships with people and God and stuff like that. And I don't know if she'll have the same answer, but she'll probably be like, I wonder what it'd be like to be me or anything like that. I wouldn't really want to switch with a parent. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather switch with a really close friend of mine or something. I wouldn't really want to switch with um, um, a parent. Now, you would think that you would think I would switch with like another guy friend of mine. I would do the same thing. I would want to switch with also want to switch with another close friend of mine that's also a guy, and this how to see his life and to see his life and how he lives his life, and he can see mine. But since this is Freaky Friday and it's about a mother and a daughter, I only picked a female friend because this is more like a female. This is more like a chick flick, more like a chick flick that that mostly girls watch. Like it's kind of like since it's another Lindsay Lohan movie, it's kind of like Mean Girls. It's a more of a movie that girls only watch and they watch with their girlfriends and they watch with their moms and stuff like that, and they can laugh and giggle and have fun with it. Well, me, I loved it because it's just a story, a simple, cool story of switching bodies. You can do it with anybody. You can do it with a male, a female. You can have two males, two females, a male and a female, mother, daughter, brother, sister, sister and sister. The new one is about to be grandma, daughter. I mean, mother, grandmother, uh, daughter, and stepdaughter, all learning about each other once again. So doing that all over again. That's what the sequel is about. But this is a good prime example because they learn about each other, and towards the end, they switch bodies and they learn about each other, and they she's more accepting of Jake and more accepting of her music because before her music to her mom was just noise, and they were at a concert and she helped since she was in her mom's body, she helped her pretty much like kind of lip sync, play the guitar. Um, and they learn a lot about each other, and this is what this movie is about. Like you learn a lot about each other, and if you had the chance to be in someone else's body, and you can still learn about a lot of people about talking to them. Like you don't have to be in someone else's body. You can talk to these people. You can talk to them through text message and FaceTime and calling. You can learn a lot about people by talking to them and stuff like that. But this takes it to a different level. Like this was made in 2003, and this takes it to a different level. Like you didn't have instant FaceTime or you didn't have instant. Well, you can't see now. You can see a little bit of my phone. Kind. You can see I have a phone. Kind of. There you go. Um, You didn't have a phone. You didn't have an instant phone of like FaceTime. You didn't have instant things like a phone like FaceTime, texting, calling, um, instant messaging, email, all that stuff. I mean, they had email back then, but you didn't have it all on a contained little device that's like a kind of like a computer, and you can research things and stuff like that. You actually had to. In 2003, you actually had to like actually like talk to people, hang out with them, get to know them, Get their phone number. If you didn't get the phone number, oh well, you see them at school. Hey, I see you at school. What's up, man? What's up, girl? Stuff like that. You had to do that back then. Now we have these devices that we can instantly talk to people and get to know them that way, um, and still hang out in person. But you get my point. But what I'm trying to say is you can learn about people without being a Freaky Friday situation. But if you had the Freaky Friday situation, you'll learn a lot more about the people. And that's what I like about this movie. You can learn a lot about the other person if you're stepping in their, if you're stepping in their own, if you step in their shoes for a day. They say like you walk a mile in someone else's shoes. This is pretty much what this movie is. You're pretty much walking a mile in someone else's shoes, and you're learning that their life could be easy, hard, um, a struggle for them sometimes. Depends on how they live their life. If it's a good life, a bad life, in between life, it depends. And this makes it easy to open up to about these things. Like you can listen to people all you want with, all that stuff, like especially being the mom in this movie being a therapist. Um, the mom being a therapist, she sits down with the one client that's like always frantic and worried that she won't pick up his calls. And oh, when you go on the honeymoon, I can't pick up your phone call. And I'm worried that you won't do that. And I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. And she had a constant, you know, um, person that was worried. And then you get to see her other clients and was as her daughter as she was her I mean as the daughter was in mom's body, like there was one lady that brought up a teenage situation where the two girls are fighting over the same dude, and then she gave her advice of how a teenager would, and it was good advice. So and then as her mom in the teenage body learns a lot about like the teacher that was out to get her was basically you find out that in high school he asked her his she asked he asked her mom out, and that's the reason why she gets asked, even though she's a smart, intelligent girl. She's just out to get her because the mom said no, and the mom basically, she said to the teacher, like at that time she had a boyfriend, you were just a weird dude. So like, it's that kind of thing. Like you learn a lot. They learned a lot about each other, and they went on this journey, and that's what this movie is kind of really cool and really important. But when I was watching it back then as a preteen, I thought it was just really cool because also punk rock music, like punk rock covers of like Baby Hit Me One More Time from Britney Spears and uh, I Don't Want to Grow Up. I mean, Take Me Away. I Don't Want to Grow Up. Things Take Me Away. Thing I Don't Want to Grow Up, and that's part of the song. And different punk rock covers, but also like how she was dressed as a punk rocker, and she is in a punk rock band called Pink Slip, and it was just had that little cool, crazy punk rock thing. And I was into Blink-182, Psalm 41, and um, Simple Plan, and Plain White T's and different bands like that. And there's still new ones coming out right now, but like punk rock is a different type of rock, and that's what I liked about it. It had a little edge to it. Um, Anna's character had a little edge to it. She had a little edge to herself. The music in here had a little edginess to it. I know there was probably background music, but the music that you hear in the movie mainly is punk rock. So yeah. If you like this video, put a like, comment, deuces.